How did you guys get to the point where beating on the table, you're coming up with new rhyme patterns, flying out to London together. He's telling you not to eat the pork. You know, you produce his first hit at the time. He puts you on a Originator, produced by Timbaland, one of the biggest producers at that time. And to this day, legendary producer.
Definitely.
You get offered a deal. You said you didn't think it was fair. And then you explained it might not have been in your best interest to be on the same label as Jay-Z.
Right, but that was not the thing that made it unfair. I was just trying to get general points that we would incorporate into an agreement. And to be honest with you, I don't know whose idea it was, but I was talking to Dane, and he just gave me the impression that I was going to get a deal because
Why?
Because I asked about accounting, and I was like, about auditing. I asked about, okay, you want me to go in the studio and record an album? I do other things. I can't do those things and be in the studio, you know, doing lockouts, recording an album. So how am I going to be compensated? He didn't have good answers for those questions. So I just, you know, I wasn't hostile. I wasn't angry at anything. I ain't doing that shit. You know, that shit is crazy. I must be fucking retarded.
But the opportunity was there.
Yeah, the opportunity for me to end up hurting somebody. It wasn't good, and that's you know, that's where I'm coming from with stuff like that. There's a reason why I'm not confrontational. It's because I feel like I do what's necessary to avoid the dumb shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, if you don't recognize that you're insulting my intelligence, I do. And so I'll go this way, so
so
you know.
we don't have to get
Right.
into it.
Right.
But so how did it come to the point where you guys are making diss records about each other?
Yeah, I didn't do that. I didn't start that. There was something that was said, and I heard about it, and I didn't know if it was true, so I didn't respond to it. So I just kept hearing funny shit.
What was the funny shit?
Funny shit, like negative shit about me, like what I'm doing, or that that's that's kind of what set it off, really, was that major points were made about certain things that were going on at the time. For one, I was doing a compilation called Jaz-O and the Immobiliare presents Kings County, and Jay-Z is featured on a song.
Let's go.
Let's go, exactly. Yeah. And I contacted him, and I asked him if he would come and make a, you know, cameo appearance. I mean, you on the song. And he didn't show up. So I was like, okay. I mean, life goes on.
Did he say he was gonna show up though?
Yeah, he said he was gonna show up.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah. So half the time I'm doing my parts. And I'm looking around at the same time, like, yo, did he show up yet? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But there was a stretch limousine. I don't know who was in it, and it came by there and it stopped for a second, and then it left. And I'm not saying it was him, but I'm not saying that it was not him.
Mm-hmm.
But that in itself, like, you know, and everybody's busy. I get all that.
Yeah.
But I expected more. That's all I'm saying. You know, I expected more. And this could be two-sided because I'm a bit of a recluse. You know what I'm saying? Because there are a lot of occasions he could say to me like, nigga, you just wasn't around. Like, you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine, or I'm not doing any of that. I'm just doing me because you ain't here right now, or whatever the case.
Right.
So I looked at that and I was like, okay. And the thing I was talking about earlier, somebody told me that he said something about on I think on 106 in Park about me being lazy or something like that.
He said that on 106 in Park.
Yeah, and that's I'm not saying he said it. Yeah. I'm saying that's what I heard that he had said, and I had to ignore it because if I didn't hear it, and excuse me, there are only like maybe like one other person telling me about it. Like, I don't know that, and I couldn't even see that. Right. But I can say that.
But there were people around you that kept instigating
and doing the same thing to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what he was saying. There was a lot of he say, she say that created that.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
who dissed who first?
I don't know. I don't even remember. Let me see. Oh, what happened was I did an interview for Source Magazine, and
don't look at me.
I don't.
Tim, no.
No, I'm not.
Why you just talking about that?
But I mean, in summation, and to be short with it, that I just mentioned basically kind of the same thing that I mentioned to y'all just now, and is it okay to mention? Okay, so Kim Osario, I asked
that was crazy.
Told you not to look at me.
Yeah, she said, you know, she wanted to get a comment from Jay for the interview, you know, at like the, you know, to the icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's your bro Jazz. You know what I'm saying? Say something, you know, fiddly diddly dot, anything. You know what I'm saying? And it was to my best guess that he said, just put my name in quotation marks. That was it.
What did that mean to you?
It meant a couple of things. It meant that you were, later on I found out more, but at that moment I was like, damn, dog. But it's like, but at the same time, you could do that. You could do whatever you choose, but like, yo, tell me why you did it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't tell me why, then I'm gonna think that you just saying
you left
fuck
to your
Jazz.
own imagination.
Right.
But your imagination is leading you into a negative place.
Yeah.
Ego.
That could be it. But
what did you find out later?
I didn't find out nothing later.
You said later on
I'm saying later on I looked at it like it could have been politics. It could later on I found out because I saw we was somewhere and him and Dame was having an argument with what's his name? David Mays.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it was about.
So at the time now being that Benzino just kind of put a story out there. Well, I'm not saying that it's false. I'm not saying it's true. Mm-hmm. But he put out a story about Jay and Dame having friction with the Source. And this was around the same time, was it?
No, I think he was talking about
What year was
no.
this?
Not Source Awards.
Nah,
I'm
it was-
talking about when they were up at the office.
I think of
I
02.
still think it was Source Awards. I don't know.
You think? You don't know.
I don't
All right,
know.
cool. All I need is I don't know. So if this was around the same time, then I can't imagine getting a quote out of them for anything.
Source
Yeah.
related.
But it,
You dig what I'm
I don't.
saying?
Yeah, and again, I say I don't know. I can't speak on what I do not know. All I know is that, yo, it's your man about to get some light, and I'm not getting the support. And you could have told me why. And if you had told me why, and maybe he was just assuming that I already knew. It could be 1,000 things.
Yeah, if he said put my name in the quotes,
But what is that?
Aren't you partly responsible for his name?
Yeah, but what does that mean though? He could have said like,
Like this is Jaz-O.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be Jay-Z
Or-
if there
or
wasn't a Jaz-O.
yeah, but he didn't even have to go that far. He'd have been like, yo, holla at my mans and